Stardom 101. Stardom 101. Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Shining light on today's tastemakers
and innovators.
Kicking it with your host, Christopher Boykin.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Oh, yes, it's Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast here back on iHeartRadio. Thank you guys once again for tuning into our platform, our show that features constant starring stars all across the globe, Father. And we thank you once again for tuning into this episode. Today, I will not disappoint. I have the expertise of real estate. I know a lot of fans has been requesting this type of episode. So, believe it or not, I've actually reached out and we contacted Dr. Erika Mcknight. She's going to talk about her brand, real estate industry as well, her schools as well as some upcoming events that she got up as well. So once again, thank you guys for listening. Doctor, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on today, Chris.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us once again. And so before we get into the episode, Doctor, I always like to give the listeners a background story of your passion and commitment. A lot of people just don't get into industries for nothing. So for you, what made you want to get into the real estate industry, the educational sector industry, things of that nature?
Yes. So mine started back in 2005. Well, I actually always had a love for real estate. Really, when I was in undergrad college, I bought my first property when I was 18. When I was 18 years old or whatever, I solicited my family for some money to buy these condos that were very inexpensive. And I didn't know anything about real estate. All I knew is that, oh my gosh, this is so easy for me to have, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what inspired. The inspiration was always there. And then later on in life, after graduating from undergrad, and then just life in general, having children, et cetera, et cetera, I went ahead and my ex-husband now at the time, we had bought a home and we had an unfortunate, devastating experience that we experienced with our buyer's agent. And so I said to myself, it was here in North Carolina, and I said, this is not how someone needs to be treated. Someone needs to protect, a buyer when they purchase a home. We're a new family, first-time home buyer. We had plenty of money to buy.
Yes.
We had sold some things and was able to liquidate and have a good amount of money. So we were taken advantage of. So after that happened, I went to the real estate commission and I talked about this particular agent, and they told me no, what he did was unethical, and they found him at fault. And so after that, we redeemed what was rightfully ours from him and his company.
Wow.
And that's what I used to pay for real estate school.
Wow. So he literally sponsored your education. That is
yeah, completely debt free. So he sponsored all of that, and I thank him. And the ironic story about all of this is that forgiveness is powerful. So we're talking about real estate, but forgiveness is powerful when you know that the person is really truly wanting you to forgive them, because at this point he now attends my school to go to continuing education classes.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding? Wow.
So we laugh about it now, but it was devastating back then. But he redeemed himself, and he did the right thing, ethical on that part of it. So that's how I got into it. It's just I wanted to protect those who were not knowledgeable purchasing real estate. And so that's what got me into it.
Wow. So I want to stay right here for a minute. I'm going to kind of spin the block a little bit, but you said forgiveness. And when I hear forgiveness from you, I think of the faith side. I think of the Christian side. I can think of the godly side of you. Is that important to you, God, in your business, and understanding the character of God, and making sure you show up as a good woman, a righteous woman as well too? Is that important to your business as well?
Absolutely. And I'm a firm believer. I grew up in the church, and I know I don't attend church regularly, but I know God for myself. What I believe is that each individual needs to know God for themselves. And that's in any format, whatever that looks like for you, and whichever God, long as it's a positive outcome that you feel as though that's conducive for your life, then you do that. I'm not here to judge that. But what I do know is that the path that I've taken thus far and the people I've encountered, everything has been definitely God orchestrated and ordained, and I wouldn't take any of the credit for it.
That is beautiful. So
And
that's a
people don't and a lot of people don't understand that. I know people it's like a cliche, some people may be familiar with this phrase, but
uh,
forgiveness is definitely for you. Because
mm,
if you continue to hold on to something that is really not holding on to you, then
mhm.
it's going to do the damage on you than the thing that you are holding on to.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And a lot of people don't know that too. They try to do business and they try to separate the thing, Oh, no, church
Correct.
is over here and business. No, mix some God up in that thing.
Well, you got to because he knows everything, and
Absolutely.
we're ignorant as our own self, okay?
Mm,
We don't hold the power.
there
The
you go.
power, it has not been given to us until we surrender and realize that there is someone higher than I.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very humbling, humble yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Humble
Yeah.
yourself. There you go. Building generational wealth. I want to switch gears to that. You literally orchestrate that. You can see it in how you structure your business and how you treat people. Is that something that you stand on? You installing your kids, you teach your children. Is that the goal for you to build generational wealth and as well as help other people as well too? Because you not only help your personal life, you help families, you help people in general. So is that important to you?
Very important
Mhm, mhm.
because I believe that every generation it does repeat certain things, and that's all I'm gonna say in
That's
regards to
true.
that.
Mhm.
Okay, so we there especially when it comes to money in certain ethnic groups and certain communities, money is not respected.
There we
Because
go.
what people don't understand is that you have to respect money in order to
Mm.
get money, and what
Ah,
I mean by respect is generational wealth. Real estate is
mhm,
always the number one asset that you can have when you buy
mhm.
the right location that's gonna generate money as you sleep.
Mm.
Real estate generates money almost every single hour or second, depending on where the location of the real estate is. So what
Mhm,
we need to know is that instead of leaving your child you pass away, unfortunately, and
mhm,
instead of leaving your child a car, go
mhm.
ahead and leave your child a piece of land.
There you go.
Okay, because depending on where the land is, it will
Mhm.
appreciate. And land is not, they're not making any more land, for one.
Well, that's one. This
That's
is
what you
true.
that's what you need to remember, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
They're not making any more land, and
Uh,
over time, depending on where you buy the land, it will
mm,
appreciate, and land is not expensive, again, depending on where you buy
depending
where
on when
you
you buy.
so let me give you a quick example.
Mhm,
I have 3 children,
mhm,
and all 3 of my children, okay,
mhm.
I bought each one a plot of land.
Nice.
And so therefore, they're just gonna sit on it, and they
Wow.
can't do anything with it until they turn 21.
There you go.
And I know exactly, I've been watching that land appreciate time after time, and then
Wow.
it's whatever you wanna do with it. You buy
Mm.
properties all over. So generational wealth, it doesn't take a lot to start, and people
Mm,
have a misnomer. They say, "Oh, I need a lot of money to do this, I need a lot of money to do that." No,
mhm,
because if you recall our ancestors who had houses and land didn't have
mhm.
they had pennies, don't they had pennies.
You're right. You're
They didn't have a lot of money, they had money in jars,
you're right. Absolutely,
and
that's
and they
correct.
when they was buying land.
Mm.
So
Wow.
people need to stop. Your priorities are not in the right place.
There you go. And that's really the truth right there. I think it's not about what you can't have because you probably got enough to get you something, but like you said, your attention's depositing your span. You're focusing on other areas. You're invest that people are normally investing into things that they don't need. It's
Amen.
not a necessity. It's not something
Amen.
that they want. But you got to really prioritize that stuff onto things that we really need to pass down
And
that
it's
generational wealth.
and you're absolutely right, and there is nothing wrong with having nice things.
There you go.
But
Hmm.
remember, the nice things will cost you. They cost you up front, and they
Hmm.
potentially may cost you later if you did not buy the right nice thing.
Mhm, mhm. This is true. Is there a blueprint to maximizing your life in 60 days? I know it so some listeners, they might sound cliché, but I love how that paraphrases that. For you, is there literally a template where you can get yourself, turn your picture around, and in 60 days, you can be in a whole 'nother direction, a whole different trajectory?
Yes, it starts with the mindset.
I
So if
love it.
you have if your mindset says in
Mhm.
60 days,
Mhm.
as you write it down, I always tell clients when I coach, train, and do everything else that I do, I always
Mhm.
say to them, write it down. Because when
Mm.
we write it, and you need to write it down several places. Like I have notes in my vehicles, I have notes in my kitchen, I have
Mhm.
notes on my computers, because you need to be reminded of what you say your plan of action is going to be in 60 days.
That's
So
right.
let's use an example. If there
Mhm.
is someone right now listening to your wonderful podcast and
Mhm.
realize I have $1,500 right now in my 401k. We're just
Okay.
gonna say
We're gonna
simple
throw
number.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
$1,500 right now in my 401k.
Mhm.
Instead of you going to put that down on a card that you may not need,
Mhm.
take that $1,500 and say, I am gonna go to my local courthouse. Your
Mhm.
local every town, state, city, whatever has a courthouse. I'm gonna
Mhm.
go down there and I'm gonna go to the Register of Deeds office. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask them for a list of
Mm.
foreclosed or for sale land. They will print it all out in any zip code that you need.
Wow.
And
Okay.
when they print that out to you, they will even tell you when that land is gonna be auctioned off
Wow.
the courtroom steps. So
Mm.
say if they say, "Okay, well, next week at 12 PM, meet us back here. We're auctioning off a land. We're gonna start bidding at $300."
Mm.
So that means that you already got 1,200 on the positive.
No, that's right.
So you stand out there and you start your bid at 300.
Yeah.
Guess what? How many people showed up? You may be the only one
You
that
may be
showed
the
up.
only one. Ain't that something?
Come on, Chris. Come on. See,
Look
you
at
got
that.
it. That's
I
how easy
love
this
it.
is. You got it. So you may be the only one there
Oh
because
my goodness.
you was the only one believing. So guess what? That $300 land, when you
Mhm.
go back into the courthouse, to the Register of Deeds office, you
Mhm.
can ask them what's the appraisal value for that land.
Mm.
Let's just use a number. You
Okay.
paid 300 right out the gate. That
Mhm.
land is worth 25,000.
My goodness.
Do
Just
the
like
math.
that.
Do the math. Do the
You
math.
you already up profitable.
Look, you mathing, the math is mathing, as I said. So
That's right.
look, Chris,
Mhm.
ask yourself, where you gonna go and get that kind of math?
Ain't no way in the world,
Ain't
especially
no
in
way
this
to do it.
economy.
And this kind and it only took you an hour to do it. So
Wow.
you mean to tell me 25,000 minus 300, that's
Mm.
you made that much money in an hour?
Wow. Oh my
Come on,
goodness.
come on, yeah.
Mm.
That's
Preparation.
the preparation, and
Mhm.
that's your 60-day blueprint. It happens all day, every day while we're speaking right now, people buying land, people buying
Wow.
this, that, and the other, and you can buy land in multiple states. Don't limit yourself. Your listeners are
Wow.
listening, please do not. You can buy land in other countries. I just came back from Jamaica,
Mhm.
and I just came back and invested in another property in Jamaica.
Wow.
And our money means more over there than it
Mhm.
does here. So you
Mhm.
can buy around the world. People are missing the mark because
Oh
they're
my
lazy.
goodness.
They're lazy and they're not listening to educated podcasts like
There you
yours.
go. There you go.
Come on.
Dropping them gems. Y'all better get it. Look, she
That's
the
a mic.
look, she the plug, y'all. I'm trying to put y'all
Yes.
on. She,
Tell them I'm the plug and y'all better follow me.
that's
Shoot,
right.
follow me. ELM School of Real Estate.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm ELM Empire and Pioneer on Instagram. Just follow me. You can Google me. I'm everywhere. They can
Go.
and guess what? And guess what, Chris? I
Mhm.
got receipts.
I know that's
So
right.
my receipt is online. Come on,
See,
somebody.
I seen them myself. Okay. You
So
know,
come on.
some stuff you
Look,
just gotta say, yes, ma'am. Okay.
yeah, because you got people out here talking.
Yeah,
They
you
doing a
know it.
lot of talking,
This
but
is true.
you ain't got no receipts. You follow and Google me, my stuff gonna populate.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
promise you.
Speaking of receipts, the courses and from the school. Let's talk about that. Let's plug some of the courses that you do and that you do at your school, your realty. So let's go ahead and plug some of those courses and the services
Correct.
that you provide. Mhm.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
first of all, far as the school is concerned,
Okay.
ELM School of Real Estate, we
Hmm.
offer pre-licensing courses in multiple states. Okay.
Nice.
So meaning that those who are interested in getting their real estate license, you can get your license in multiple states. I can't rattle them off right now in my
Of
head, but
course. Hmm.
if once they see it, they can apply and
Hmm.
do it online. We do
Hmm.
have them in North and South Carolina and Georgia in person and Tennessee in person, but it just
Hmm.
depends on what benefits. And then we offer the continuing education courses, meaning those who are already licensed in those
Ah.
in those multiple states,
I
we
see.
all have to take CE to keep our credentials. So
Understood.
we offer that as well. And then we offer different coaching and training seminars,
Mm-hmm.
different things like that, mentorship,
Mm.
for people who are looking to just be an entrepreneur, period, or
Mm-hmm.
just maybe just wanted to inquire. So all of that is available at elmschoolofrealestate.com, and that's
Mm-hmm.
elmschoolofrealestate.com. That's my initials, the ELM. And then, as far as our realty firm, okay, where we offer a full service, we are a full service real estate company. And what
Mm-hmm.
that means is that we can help you buy and sell whatever it is that you are looking to buy or sell. In
Wow.
addition to that, and that's in multiple, we're licensed in multiple states as well. And
Okay.
as we do that, we have a full service operation, meaning we have attorneys, we have mortgage lenders, we
Mm-hmm.
have appraisers, we have home inspectors. So we are your one-stop shop
My
if you're
goodness.
looking to buy or sell. And what makes us unique is that we have several different designations. All of that is listed on the site
Mm-hmm.
that other real estate agents may not have,
Mm-hmm.
that sets us apart from the rest. But most importantly, is well, all of it's important, but most importantly is that we have helped thousands buy properties
Yes.
internationally,
Wow.
around the world, because that's where, that's the lost art, meaning that people don't know that they can. And so
Mm-hmm.
I've been on when you asked me earlier about how did I get into this and what pushed me into it. So my passion for the last year has
Mm-hmm.
been educating people
I
on how
see.
to buy real estate in other countries.
Wow, my goodness. And
Mhm.
some of the coaching services too. Is anything set up remotely? Can people come do business with you remotely? Sign up for some courses, training, anything remote? Oh, is that possible?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yes, that's possible, and
Okay,
that is on the website as well.
beautiful.
They can also email me at elmschoolofrealestate@gmail.com, and I
Hmm.
do one-on-one. I have people who I am on retainer with several Fortune 500 companies and
Hmm.
different things like that that use me on the training side. So,
Nice.
and I always tell people,
Hmm.
if you gotta, whatever you're looking for, that individual must be where you're trying to go.
Nice.
And that's what we forget. We forget that, oh my gosh, if I want to make $1 million,
Mm.
I need to hang around, if that's your goal, I
Hmm.
need to hang around with millionaires and I need to see the receipts that they have
I
done.
see. I see.
Okay?
Hmm.
Because right now, that's like when you apply to college or you take your children to school. You wanna know
Hmm.
that the teacher is certified to do what they're doing.
That's correct. Hmm.
That's simple.
Wow. I see that you co-authored 22 books. My goodness.
As
You
of
re-
yeah,
as of now.
as of now, and I have 2 more that's coming
Wow.
hot off the press, and several of those books were co-authored with,
Okay.
like, Kenya Moore
Oh
from
my
Atlanta
goodness.
Housewives,
Mhm.
Kim Coles, if you remember Kim Coles,
Living single.
Living Single.
Yes,
There's a book
yes.
with her. I have several books with other stars and well,
Wow.
actors and actresses and different things
Mhm.
like that. But a lot of the books cater to any genre that you can think of, meaning from
Mhm.
mental health to CEO self-care to becoming a millionaire, anything along those lines. I have several books that cover them, and they've won NAACP awards.
Oh
They've
my
won
goodness.
all kind of different awards. And so that's why I said that a lot will populate when
Mhm.
people Google me, and you can buy those books anywhere.
Mhm.
Anywhere books are sold. I even have some of my books in
Oh
libraries.
my goodness.
Um,
Wow.
because several libraries have inquired and said,
Yeah.
"Listen, you
We
know,
wanna take this book. Yeah.
we want to take this book, can you don't?" And I've donated tons of books because I'm a believer in reading is still fundamental. We
Yes,
like a
ma'am.
lot of social media, but
Uh-huh.
as you read, you can apply.
E
Reading is application. So,
Education is a must. We a lot of
yes.
times it's a lot of our shortcomings as a community, as a culture, is this lack of education, but with you, once they get access or get familiar with them, like, whoa, this is I stopped on the right thing, right time. And this woman is really sharing vital, critical information that really can change not only your life personally, but it can change a whole generation. That's the power of what you're
That's
doing. I'm
why we're
like,
here.
wow.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to do, and it's people like you
Mhm.
that pursue, like you said in earlier in the podcast, I
Mhm.
sought her out. I went and looked for her,
Yes.
and you guys are professionally built. You're
Mhm.
saying the thing, you have a great reputation,
Wha
and see, people don't understand is that if I've already done 12 miles,
Uh-huh.
why do you wanna do 12?
There we go.
Make it make sense.
Make sense. I like that.
It's not adding up, and, I am, as you can tell, I'm a numbers woman,
Yes, ma'am.
so my whole thing is that, I saved you 12 miles.
Wow, look at that.
Why do you wanna go further, or why do you wanna compete
Mhm.
with me? You can't compete
Mhm.
with me because while you're I tell people all the time, while you're sprinting,
Mhm.
I'm running a marathon.
My goodness.
I'll last longer
Yes. There we
'cause
go.
that's what marathon runners prepare. Come on,
Yes,
somebody.
for the long game.
We got an end goal in
There we
mind.
go. It's a it's purpose driven. It's a different yeah, it's a different engine.
Because what they don't realize is that I use the analogy really quickly. I always
Mhm.
say that if you grow too fast, you're gonna swell.
There we go.
So let's think about a balloon. As we fill the balloon, it's gonna eventually pop.
That's right. This is
So
true.
if you take it slowly,
Mm,
okay,
mm,
then the growth will sustain itself and it will reciprocate. Just like when we plant a seed of an apple, it takes
mhm,
time for that apple to grow. So it's the
mhm.
same thing in life and it's the same thing in business. Be patient with your prosperity.
I
I'm gonna
see.
say that again. Be
Yes, ma'am.
patient with your prosperity.
Yes,
You have to
yes.
be.
Mhm, this is true. It's true. Everybody got their own marathon, their own pace. A lot of people out in society are trying to keep up with you can't keep up at that speed. That's a whole different track. That's a whole different lane there.
And then it's a whole different lane. And guess
Yeah.
what? Just like when you get on an airplane, they tell you we gonna get some turbulence.
That's
They let you know. So
yeah.
everybody, "Oh, I wanna be like you."
Uh,
No, never say
huh.
you wanna be like somebody else because guess what?
Mm.
You see my glory, but you didn't hear all of my story yet.
My goodness,
Come on,
that's a one liner there. That's a
come
one
on.
liner there.
Drop
That's a
that in.
one liner.
Look, when they comment on this video, tell them you see all the glory, but you don't know
Good
my
hear my
story.
story.
You
Woo!
don't wanna walk in my shoes because it's lonely at the top.
Whoa,
Like they
woo.
say, "It ain't crowded up here." It ain't
Mm.
crowded. We don't have all that because we don't hang with everybody. That's the
Yeah,
other thing. If you're listening to this podcast right now,
yeah.
I need you to check your circle.
Mm.
Because if you're the only one in your circle that got $100, I'm using small numbers, that got
Uh-huh.
$100 in your savings account, you need to find another circle.
My goodness to that.
And don't
Mm.
be mad at me that I said it because I'm tired of you just having $100 in your savings account.
That's right. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
be mad at you. Don't be mad
Yes.
at me.
Oh my goodness, I like it.
We need a part
Tell
2. Chris,
look, tell them all. Tell 'em.
that was a mic drop.
Yes, it was.
Listen, Chris, we gonna need a part 2 on this one,
Yeah,
okay?
they think about y'all had too much fun. Yes, we did. Telling y'all, snap out of it, get it together.
You need somebody to tell you how to do this thing because
Yeah.
everybody walking around, "I ain't got no money," and
Mm.
all of y'all saying that? Oh,
Mhm.
everybody? Man,
Everybody.
everybody,
Right.
as they say, everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody in this circle, you better figure it out. That 60-day that Chris just talked about, I
Mhm.
gave you a quick 60-day
Mhm.
blueprint to get you more than you put 300 in, and now you got up to $25,000 minus the $300.
Yeah.
I done gave you five figures
Mm.
in a whole 30-minute podcast.
My goodness, and with
So
that
what
being
is the problem?
said with that being said, doctor, we thank you so much for your expertise. Last but not least, let's plug the website once again for the listeners who getting into this podcast. What's the best way for the listeners to contact you, sign up for some courses, some training, some seminar, get into the school? How can they reach out? What's the best avenue, best way to do that?
Absolutely. Yes, I can be reached.
Mhm.
Email address is elmschoolofrealestate@gmail.com. And then you can view the website as well. And the website is www.elmschoolofrealestate.com. And that's elmschoolofrealestate.com. And you can definitely tune in and follow me anywhere on social media. I am Dr. Erika L. Mcknight. And Chris, I want to thank you so much for this wonderful podcast.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I pray much success over you
Yes.
and all of the listeners around the world.
There we go. Dr. Erika L. Mcknight, the one and only. Once again, look out. Go to her websites, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you all of her platforms and her social media information and show notes of this episode. So don't worry. If you think you didn't write something down, that's okay. I got you covered. No problem. We're going to make sure you get this work. You're going to get this work right here from the doctor today. So once again, thank you so much, doctor. Until next week, guys, we come on back and join us again for another episode. Hopefully it can be exciting just like this one today. Doctor, it's been an absolute pleasure. And God bless you and continue the blessings upon everything that you continue to do.
You do the same. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. No problem.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom101 Magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom101 Magazine Podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.